All right, people. This is what we got today. We got relationshiping wrong. Relationshiping wrong. Y'all pretty much been seeing what's going on in the public eye. Like, I really don't talk about celebrity gossip. I really try to stay away from it. But I do understand that when I talk, I like to talk about timeless subjects, and being in a relationship is something that's going to be timeless. Being in a relationship is something that's always going to be here. So sometimes you have to use references of being in relationships when you talk about stuff. Now, let's jump straight into some shit. Like, y'all already seen the whole Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith whole fiasco, man. One thing I tell people, I tell friends, I tell family, I tell just people in general, stop trying to safeguard or manipulate or navigate other people's relationships. One thing I tell people for sure, you can sit and you can talk to people about their relationships until you're blue in the face. You can give them all the game that you feel like you can give them. If you feel like they're in a bad relationship and you want them to get out, you can give them all the possibilities, everything. Like, you can give them that the grass is greener on the other side sometimes. You can tell them that you deserve better. You can do all that great stuff. But one thing I know for sure when you're talking about people in relationships is when the conversation is ending, everybody's going to come to the agreement of, well, everyone's relationship is different. That's what you're going to get out of a relationship talk with people. Because when people want to stay, people want to stay. When people want to go and get out, they're going to go and get out. That's just what it is. I don't care how toxic the relationship is. I don't care how much abuse the relationship is. I don't care how much cheating is in the relationship. I don't care how much of an agreement that the relationship has outside of the standard man and woman, husband and wife, we gonna raise our family type nuclear relationship. When it's all said and done, people are gonna stay where they're gonna stay. People are gonna leave when they wanna leave. And that's just it. People will find all kind of reasons. They will reason themselves back into a bad relationship. Or one day they'll just get tired and they'll leave, you know? Don't get it twisted. I understand. I've been in a relationship for 18 years. 18 years. 10 of those years I've been married. Longevity is a beautiful thing. Longevity is a beautiful thing. But guess what comes with longevity? Longevity doesn't come with nothing but happy days. You can forget about that. Anyone who's seeking to be in a relationship, anyone who's seeking to be married, whatever you think about, I want you to remember one thing. Longevity does not come with happy days. You can put longevity across the board. You can translate longevity in every area of your life. And longevity does not come with nothing but happy days. Longevity comes with trials, tribulations, and temptations. That's inevitable. It's going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So when you look at somebody and you think of them and you say, man, this is the person that I'm going to ride out the rest of my life with. I'm 25 years old and I have an expectancy within myself, within my spirit, that I want to be on this earth until I'm 90, until I'm 100 or whatever. Guess what? From 25 to 100 and being in a relationship with one person, you're going to have some trials. You're going to have some temptations. You're going to have some arguments. You're going to have some bad days. You're going to have some time where you don't love that person no more. But you make a choice. You make a cognitive choice to stay with somebody. You understand? You make a choice to love somebody because love is a choice. Love is not a feeling. Let me tell people something. Love is not a feeling. Love is a choice. You wake up every day choosing to love someone. You wake up every day choosing to fall out of love with someone. You wake up every day choosing to stay with someone. You wake up every day choosing to leave someone. It's all choice. Life is choice driven, people. Life is choice driven. Get that in your mind. Life is choice driven. Life is decision based. Every decision has consequences. Remember that. Every decision has consequences. And remember, you get the decision in your head first. You think about, do you want to ride with the decision or do you want to get away from the decision? But remember, every decision has consequences. So before you make a decision of what you want to do in a relationship, remember, it always has consequences. So what you need to do, leading into this Will Smith and Jada thing, I know it's kind of pretty old, but I'm going to just talk about it because it's not just the Will Smith and Jada thing. There's a bunch of people out there who feel like, oh, I can be in an open relationship. I can be in an open marriage. Like, this is gonna be good. Like there's a bunch of people who have a woman or a man that's right now cool with what you're doing. But one day, guess what? That's gonna come to the surface. That's just gonna come to the surface. You're gonna mess with somebody who that person may not necessarily like. You're gonna mess with that person. You're gonna mess with somebody that the person that you're dealing with, that your mate, honestly see this person as real competition. And everything is gonna come to the light. Everything is gonna, as Jada say, come to the table. And you're gonna have to deal with some shit because every decision has consequences. And the power of the consequence always outweighs the power of the decision. The power of the consequence always outweighs the power of the decision. Let me say it again. The power of the consequence always outweighs the power of the decision. Remember that. Now, like, I do not agree with the whole open relationship, open marriage. First of all, Let me put something straight to people. I'm not going to get too far into it. I'm not going to discuss it too much because that's a whole different topic. I personally do not agree or think that there is cheating outside of marriage. I don't think that you could cheat on a person while you're not married to them. Now, I know a lot of people don't get it twisted. I understand the Bible says treat people how you want to be treated. So guess what? It's plain and simple. If I'm going to go live this way while I'm not married, I can't be mad if my mate go do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't be mad because they make a choice. They make a choice that if I go sleep with somebody else, they can either choose not to do what I did or they can go do what I did. That happens with and within a relationship. So, but what I'm saying is why I haven't made a covenant to this person. You got to understand, people, you have a covenant with two people. You have a covenant with your husband and your wife, and you have a covenant with God together. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? So, outside of that covenant, biblically, what I believe is that, guess what? You're not even supposed to be doing all this sexual stuff with people anyway until you're married. But y'all know the world we live in. Everybody want to drive the car before they buy it. You know, everybody want to test the milk before they buy. You know, y'all get the analogies. Y'all get everything. What I'm saying. Now, with this whole Jill, sorry, I said Jill. I'm thinking about Jill Scott and them goddamn, you know, that body of her. I love Jill Scott. But back to what I was saying. To Will and Jada. People been hearing that they had an open relationship for years. That's their thing. You know, people been hearing that Will and Jada got a wild relationship. That's how they run their relationship. Hey, they've been married for 25 years. In their mind, they may think this is what made them make it to this longevity of 25 years. But as you can see on the table, that was not true. You understand? What you saw on the table is that even though you compromise your relationship to give each party what they want, people are still going to be unhappy. You understand? Whatever was going on before in August Alsina, they were not happy. So whatever compromises that they had, even with the same issue of the August Alsina issue, they still wasn't happy. You understand what I'm saying? So whether it was Will having a roster full of bad females, It still was unhappiness between him and his wife. Whether she did have other relationships with other men outside of August Alsina, guess what? It still was unhappiness between him and the woman that he was dealing with. Him and the man that she was married to. Him and the woman that he was married to. It was still unhappiness there. Unhappiness, or happiness rather, is something that you only can fix with yourself, and then you come together with your mate and you fix it with your mate. When it comes to your relationship, let me tell you something. I don't care how open your relationship gets, you are not going to get married, or you're not going to become happy in your relationship bringing other people in. I don't care what you think in your mind. I don't care what you watch, on no movies or no porno flicks or whatever. I don't care how many threesomes some girl give you. I don't care how many threesomes you give your girl. You are not going to become happy with your relationship, with your covenant as a marriage, with outside people coming in. You can add them all day. You can add them all day. You are not going to become happy with bringing outside people in who have no type of attachment like you have an attachment to your relationship, to your covenant with the person that you married with. But at the end of the day, everybody's relationship different, right? That's what we can all agree. At the end of the day, everybody's relationship different. I don't believe in the whole open marriage thing. Now, I'm not even worried about the August Alsina part. I'm going to tell you why. Because a side will always, in most cases, not all side, whether it's a side man or a side woman, some side will always try to overstep their boundaries. That's going to happen. The more sides you accumulate, a side will always try to overstep their boundaries. So you have to understand, Will probably had a side that was trying to overstep her boundaries, but he kept it under wraps. You understand? Jada probably had other sides that tried to overstep their boundaries. You understand? But this one got out the bag. This one got out the bag. Trust me, the more you accumulate to your relationship outside, somebody's going to try to overstep their boundaries. You have to know that, like I said, the power of the consequence outweighs the power of the decision. You cannot think that we're going to have an open relationship and we're going to keep this under wrap. I don't care what kind of paperwork you sign to these people. You can sign NDAs all day. Somebody will try to overstep their boundaries because somebody is going to fall in love somewhere. The longer you deal with somebody is going to grow strong feelings somewhere. And somebody will push the envelope and try to overstep their boundaries. That's going to happen regardless. Like I said, I've been in my relationship for 18 years. Longevity, 18 years. And I plan on being in it another 60 years. But someone will always try to overstep their boundaries the more you accumulate the side pieces in your relationship. Somebody gonna always try to take the number one spot. You could tell, even if you single trying to mingle, and you can say that you loading up a roster, and you can tell them their position, they're going to always try to step out and gun for the number one spot. Everybody's going to always step out and try to gun for the number one spot. Nobody jumps into a race to be like, oh yeah, you know what? I want to stay in 8th place in this race. Now granted, you might not have the skills to move up to 1st place, but your mentality is, I'm going to try to test what skills I have to move to 1st place. Nobody jumps in the race to be like, yeah, I'm just going to